Sticker shock again. Bexar County property owners could already have mail from the appraisal district telling them what their home is worth, and it's already posted online.
I got mine on Friday. The numbers aren't as drastic as last year for some, but they are still higher. 12 on your sides, Marilyn Moritz explains why and what you can do if you don't like yours.
If we don't watch how we spend our money and save for that, we'll be in trouble.
Teresa Garza's home just shot up in value by another 15%. Her Dignity Hill neighborhood has changed.
They look like medium-priced homes, but they're not. They're selling almost triple the amount that the people paid for them.
Her neighbor, Richard Cardenas, says developers buy the old houses and flip them.
They're selling for $300,000 or $500,000, and that's way too much, and that increases our property value.
They're not alone. Countywide, residential values are up an average of nearly 15%.
We expect to hear the same, frustration that, everybody feels.
Assistant Chief Appraiser Roy Sandoval says by law, the appraisal district has to follow the sales market. And no, they don't look at every home. So what can you do? Well, first of all, be sure you're claiming all of the exemptions you're entitled to, such as homestead, over 65, and disability. Those can help with your tax bill.
We have 50 appraisers for residential properties, yet we have over 500,000 residential homes. It's impossible for us to look at your home specifically. What we do mass appraisal. We look at neighborhoods.
Next, if you disagree, you can appeal or protest. The form is on the back of your notice, or you can do the entire process online. Remember to ask for their evidence packet. Most appeals are settled informally. The deadline to file notice of appeal is May 15th. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Okay, this is not another repeat of news from yesterday. Instead, it is another Norfolk Southern train derailment, this time in Alabama, coming one day after the same company's train derailed in Pittsburgh. Take a look. In this case, two crew members were sent to the hospital, 11 cars and the engine derailed. Company officials also say the train rolled onto its side and spilled diesel fuel and engine oil, but they were not carrying any sort of hazardous materials. The crew was trapped inside the engine room for a brief time before being rescued. This is the third Norfolk Southern derailment in Alabama in just over a month.
There are growing calls to reinstate two Tennessee lawmakers expelled last week for violating decorum rules during a protest for gun reform on the House floor. Their case has drawn national attention and outrage from many. ABC's Andrew Dimbert tells us how soon they could be reinstated or permanently let go.
The expulsion of two former state representatives from the Tennessee state legislature has many in their districts outraged.
We the people hired Justin J. Pearson, and we didn't fire him.
I'm angry.
Representatives Justin Pearson and Justin Jones were expelled after ignoring warnings from Republican leadership about protesting for gun reform in the chamber following the Covenant School shooting in Nashville.
Expelled from the House of Representatives.
The Republican House Speaker telling Fox News,
We have decorum, we have process, we have procedure.
Tens of thousands of voters now without representation in the Tennessee State House.
Truly taxation without representation.
Pearson says he hopes to be reappointed to his role so he can continue to serve Memphis, calling his ouster an abuse of power by the Republican leadership.
Who would rather expel our voices and try to expel our people's voices from the people's house rather than address the issue of gun violence and the need for real gun safety reform legislation that could prevent people from dying in the first place.
Jones attended Easter service on Sunday, briefly addressing the congregation.
It's not over. We're in the midst of a resurrection, of a reconstruction that will redeem the soul of the state and hopefully this nation.
Voters are rallying behind both lawmakers.
We're getting hundreds of emails and lots of phone calls, and people want to send them right back up.
The Nashville Metro Council will consider suspending its rules on Monday in order to expedite the process to send Jones back to the House. A majority of the council members need to approve the nomination for it to go through, but the process could be delayed if two members object.
I'd like for him to be reinstated. No one can take his place.
Pearsons County is considering taking similar action to return him to his seat. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, New York.
Los Angeles schools and union leaders have reached a deal approving a new contract over the weekend. Union members representing thousands of Los Angeles school workers have voted, quote, overwhelmingly in favor of the Los Angeles Unified School District. The move comes after a 3-day strike held in March. The union says more than 99% of its members voted to approve the new agreement. It also says the contract is a major step forward with significant improvements to wages, work hours, and benefits.
All right, back here at home, let's go outside with live cam. Taking a look outside over the Alamo City. Cloud cover back in place. Temperatures in the 60s right now. And really, temperatures haven't fallen a whole lot compared to where we ended our day earlier this afternoon. In the upper 60s and low 70s. A quick recap of this Sunday. It was a seasonable start. 56 was the low, and it was an unseasonably cool finish thanks to that cloud cover. 70 was the high, which is 9 degrees below the average for this time of year. Warmer, though, out west in Del Rio. Val Verde County able to pick up on a little bit more sunshine. 77, 76 in Pleasanton. 73 was the high temperature in Gonzales. Now, tomorrow, we're still in the mid-70s, but that temperature trend is going to continue to increase. Upper 70s, even low 80s return by late week. And then our next front moves in early next weekend. So we'll have another full look at that forecast as well as time out that rain chance again tomorrow. Coming up in just a few, Tim.
Thank you, Mia. Is your Tesla vehicle recording you? Sounds creepy. And are Tesla employees watching the footage? Even creepier. That's what one lawsuit is claiming, the evidence they have to win the case, or so they say when we come back.
Privacy concerns on the rise over the cameras on Tesla cars. A car owner filing a potential class action suit after a Reuters report showed a couple of former employees sharing sensitive customer videos internally. ABC's Gio Benitez breaks down the evidence in this case.
Major automaker is facing a lawsuit in California. A Tesla owner filing a complaint accusing the company of allegedly violating California privacy laws, among other claims. The potential class action lawsuit alleges that between 2019 and 2022, by virtue of this defective system, Tesla employees accessed and circulated recordings of Tesla customers in private and embarrassing situations without their consent.
It's not okay for Tesla to be using that information in ways that it's promised not to use.
The lawsuit filed Friday comes after a Reuters report published Thursday in which a small group of former Tesla employees who are nameless said they internally shared private photos and videos captured by Tesla's car cameras without customers' consent.
To relieve boredom, a lot of these data labelers would share these videos with each other.
Examples of the shared materials mentioned in the lawsuit were also referenced without evidence, and the lawsuit does not allege the plaintiff's Tesla's camera was accessed.
He didn't consent to, images of his family being available to Tesla employees to circulate around the office or to comment on. Nobody consented to that.
Tesla did not immediately respond to ABC's request for comment, but earlier this year, Tesla releasing a detailed look at their privacy practices, which included explaining when the cameras are enabled and how information is stored.
The cameras will only record if you opt in, and the recordings are saved in your vehicle, not on Tesla's servers.
That's one of the trade-offs that people have to consider when they're getting a car that has one of these experimental features like autopilot or self-driving.
Well, that was Gio Benitez reporting. The case is still waiting for a judge to review and declare it a proper class action lawsuit before it can move forward. We'll be right back after this. All right, I'll bring some positivity.
Yes.
If you miss the sun, it's coming back.
Yes.
And then if you miss the rain after that, it might be coming back too.
There you go. It's a win-win.
If you get enough of both of those, you get what's behind your head, which I'm looking at right over here.
Exactly. Yeah, we got some pretty awesome KSAT Connect photos that have come in over the past several days. Yes, thanks to the rain. But really, just look at this. We've seen a lot of wildflowers and we've seen a lot of beautiful flowers. And this, of course, is no exception from our friend Woody over in Lavernia out there in Wilson County, wishing everybody a happy Easter. Got some Easter blooms out there. Thank you so much for sitting in that photo. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, temperatures right now, we are in the 60s across the better portion of south central Texas, but across our far western and southwestern counties closer to the Rio Grande, still holding in the low 70s, a little bit more muggy out there as well. 72 in Cotulla, 70 in Eagle Pass, 72 in Del Rio. Here in San Antonio, 66, 67 in Kennedy, stretching over to New Braunfels as well. Dew points, how we measure the low level moisture in the atmosphere, in the upper 50s and low 60s. So you can feel it just a little bit, but it's not oppressive, which is good considering that we had a lot of outdoor plans out there today. All right, rain chances through the overnight hours. Yes, it's possible that we find a couple of isolated light showers move in, especially the farther west that you go. We'll call it a 20 to 30% potential. And then depending on how that cluster of storms that we're monitoring well off to our northwest right now tracks farther off to the south and approaches our area, a few hit or miss showers to maybe a downpour or two possible by the Monday morning drive. It's conditional, so we'll keep eyes on that. Still a good idea to pack the umbrella just in case first thing tomorrow and keep it handy throughout the day. Again, it's not going to be for everybody here in South Central Texas, not widespread, but still through the mid to late morning hours, a few more scattered showers possible. Same through the lunchtime hour and then into Monday afternoon, especially if we can find a few more peaks of sunshine with that daytime heating and just the energy in the atmosphere. A couple of isolated thunderstorms certainly possible again, especially by the mid to late afternoon hours. Whatever we do find out there in terms of rainfall, of course, that would be on top of what we were able to gather since Wednesday of last week. Check this out. If you missed these rainfall totals, haven't been able to see them just yet, here in San Antonio, over 1.5 inches of rain was recorded. Check out Gonzales, over 4.75 inches, almost close to 5 inches. And then, of course, the higher totals, this swath of pinks and purples there, southern Wilson, northern Atascosa, stretching over into southeastern Atascosa and northern Karnes, I should say. We had some higher swaths, upwards of 6 to 7+ inches of rain that were recorded off to our southeast. Here closer to Bexar County, over 2 inches in Converse and over 1 inch out there in Adkins. So we'll see what we can find tomorrow. Again, it's not going to be widespread, but we certainly could find some activity out there on the radar. Wake up temperatures, upper 50s, low to mid 60s across the region. Mostly cloudy skies, 68 by noon, 72 by 2 p.m. And then daytime highs for the most part, once again, topping off in the 70s, around 74 here in San Antonio, 77 in Cotulla. Generally a little bit warmer the farther south and west that you travel. 73 in New Braunfels, 73 in Kerrville is that Monday afternoon forecast high. Tuesday, we're in the mid 70s. Wednesday, we're in the upper 70s before we start to see those low 80s return by Thursday and Friday. And then our next cold front moves in. As of right now, overnight Friday into early Saturday morning, we see that boundary push across the state of Texas. And yeah, a couple of isolated showers to a stray storm as of right now possible into that time frame as we see that front move through. And temperatures could be a little bit cooler into the back half of next weekend as well. So we'll keep eyes on that. Until then, yes, rain jacket, keep it handy tomorrow, and then we shouldn't really need it throughout the middle to later portions of this week, guys.
I really never put any of my closet away. It's just like out all the time, just in case Texas starts being Texas.
Sometimes you just got to have them all available because you don't know what we're doing today.
Exactly.
All right, the latest big screen blockbuster based on a video game debuted at the top of the leaderboard. See the early estimates for the weekend box office next. It's Mario.
There's a darkness inside of me.
Scream 6 passed the 100 million mark in domestic box office with a fifth-place weekend worth $3.3 million. Air took the cord in fourth place. The feel-good flick about Nike signing Michael Jordan opened with a better-than-expected $14.47 million. Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves fell more than 60% in its sophomore weekend, landing in third place with $14.5 million.
Bonjour, Monsieur Wick, and welcome to La Resistance.
John Wick Chapter 4 is at $147 million domestic after a second-place weekend worth $14.6 million. The Super Mario Bros. Movie scored big, earning $146.4 million Friday through Sunday and $204.6 million in its first 5 days, both better than any other film this year. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
That's just super news. The San Antonio Brahmas played at the Alamo Dome today, but unfortunately the Easter Bunny did not leave them a win in their basket.
No, plus Tiger Woods withdrew from the Masters and a golfer from Spain earned his first green jacket. For more on what's an instant replay, here's Larry Ramirez.
Truly marathon golf today.
Yes.
Several golfers had to play 18-plus holes due to weather. That's right, due to weather delays. Jon Rahm and many golfers had to finish up their third round this morning, and then the final round coming up tonight on Instant Replay.
From sunrise to sunset. Rahm wins the Masters Marathon.
Jon Rahm played 30 holes today and then pulled away in the final round of the Masters to win his second major and first green jacket. Plus, lefty made a late charge to jump up 18 spots, and the pain continues for Tiger, who had to withdraw before the final round teed off.
It's from 49 yards with 5 seconds left to force overtime. It is good! 1 second left on the clock. And John Parker Romo delivers for San Antonio.
Brahmas kicker John Parker Romo has a leg on him. Dude nailed a 49-yard field goal to force overtime at the Alamo Dome today, but the Brahmas suffered a heartbreaking loss in overtime as they try to secure a playoff spot. 2-10 Bam won another world title, suffering a broken jaw in the process. And how do you feel about the Spurs potentially playing more games in Austin in future seasons? That's our instant replay poll question tonight, coming up in just a few minutes.
Fixing a broken jaw, is that wiring it shut? Is that how you fix that?
A little bit of a operation. Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is.
Sounds awful.
I've heard they've had to wire jaws before, though.
People would like that if they did that to me.
I didn't say it.
I didn't say it either.
We'll be right back before we get in trouble.